Ever since I was a child, I knew I was a car guy. You see, my mom, she would read me more traditional bedtime stories. Dr. Seuss, Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel, just to name a couple. While my dad, he would read me stuff like Hot Rod Magazine or Bronco Magazine, and he would talk all about the new motors on the market and how to change out your rear diff and how to push the most power out of your stock motor.
So to say that oil was in my blood since a very young age, well, that's an understatement. And that kind of love rides deeper than just an interest or a hobby. You see, when I was young, my dad worked weeks and my mom worked weekends. So, because of that, I always had one parent home, which I'm very thankful for. But sometimes we would get bored, we would get antsy, my brother and I. And to calm us down, my parents would just pile us in that old Tahoe and just drive. Didn't matter where. I mean, my mom, she preferred to take us to the airport because my brother, he was a big aviation enthusiast. So we just sit there and watch the planes come in and out of PTI. And that was fun. I remember that fondly. Well, it's funny. My dad, he was a little bit different. He would take us to get milkshakes. You know, because it would be our little secret when my mom was working on the weekends. And that actually really reminds me of this one story. Because we were so conditioned to just falling asleep in the car after a little while, whenever we would go and visit family out in Burlington, we'd show up and my brother and I would be fast asleep. And so our cousins would come out the door hoping to meet us so we could go and play and do one of the many things that you do when you're a young kid like that. But me and my brother, we would just be passed out in the back seat. So they would just go up, open the door, and be like, "Oh, come on, oh." Nope, they're still asleep. And I don't remember that at all. It wasn't until I was a young adult is when, my parents and my extended family would tell my brother and I about those stories. But it's something to look back on fondly. And you know what? That's special to me. Because while some kids probably had a special rocking chair, or a certain spot on their couch, or just somewhere where family was, that just helped them fall asleep that much easier. Well, for me, that was the backseat of an old Tahoe. For me, that was